Hello and welcome to my virtual classroom. Today we're going to be going over how to use a two-way table and find our marginal and conditional distribution and talk about association, any association we can make with that data. All right, so we're going to use this problem here as our example. This is question 20 and 22 from the textbook in section 1.1 exercises. So here's our context. We have smoking by students and parents. Here are data from a survey conducted at 8 high schools on smoking among students and their parents. Okay? So we have a two-way table. At the top here we have neither parent smokes, one parent smokes, both parents smoke. And then we have the counts of students that do not smoke and students that smoke. All right, and all of our totals. First, they want us to say for part A, right? How many students are described in the two-way table? What percent of these students smoke? So first thing we have to do is just add up all the number of students, right? We need to get our totals. So what we'll do is I'm going to actually copy back down all the numbers from here. I'm not going to put titles on them. I'm going to basically make a smaller version of the table so I can get my margins, so to say, because those will be useful later. All right, so then I'm going to add up my margins. Okay, total here, totals here. I don't like this line, squiggly line. All right, so here we go. So we'll add up. Where did I put my calculator? There it is. 1168 plus 1823 plus 1380. So the sum for this row is 4,371. 16 plus 400. The sum for the second row is 1,004. Right. And the sum for the column in our margin here is 5,375. Okay, so we're just adding everything up. Next, we'll do the columns. And again, we're doing this because it sets us up to do our marginal and conditional distributions later. All right, so we're just getting all the totals right now. 1168 plus 188, that's 1,356. 1823 plus 416, that's 2,239. And 1380 plus 400, that's 1,780. Right, and we could double check and make sure that that all adds up to 5,375 as well, which it should. I've already checked it. I worked this example earlier before I did it on the video, because that's always smart. All right, so now we need to answer this next question. What percent of these students smoke? All right. So quick label here. We have smoke is this bottom one. I'm going to say NS here for no smoke. Then we have neither parent, one parent, or both parents. This is a quick labeling. I'm not going to rewrite everything. So I need to know what percentage of students smoke, which means I need to do the 1,004 total of students who smoke divided by my total number of students in our study, which means I need to write the number correctly, the 5,375. All right. And when we do that, we will get approximately 0.187, which then as a percent Move our decimal place 2 spots over. Boop, boop. And we get 18.7%. But again, as I stated before, we're not done. I can't just provide the number. All right. So now we're going to write our actual answer. All right, okay. There are 5,375 students described in this study. And approximately 18.7% of them smoke. Okay, I've now answered question A. Sweet. All right, moving on to question B. Give the marginal distribution in percents of parents' smoking behavior, both in count and percents. All right. So we're looking at parents' smoking behavior, which is not the margin over here that is student smoking behavior. The margin on the bottom is parents' smoking behavior. All right. So we want counts and percent, which means we gotta do the math. We have 1356 divided by the total 5375, right? And that gets us to roughly 25.2% for neither parent smoking. We have 1823 divided by that same 5375. And that's going to be approximately 41.7% when we do the division. In the last column, we have, I made an error. I grabbed the wrong number from my table. That's not supposed to be that number. It's supposed to be 2,239. And that will equal 41.7% for those of you following along at home. And lastly, we have 1,780 divided by 5,375, which is approximately 33.1%. Right? When we add all these up, right, if we do 25.2 plus 41.7 plus 33.1, we get 100%. Yay, we didn't miss any percentages. Excellent. We've done our math well. So now, again, this is a math, it's not an answer. So scroll down just a smidge. We'll write our answer to question B. All right. Both in counts and percents. All right. So we have 1,356 parents do not smoke. Or 25.2%. Actually, wait, this makes this more reflective of our data. I apologize. We have 1,356 students, parents, do not smoke. Or 25.2%. We have 2,239 students have one parent who smokes, or 41.7%. 1,780 students who have both parents smoke, or 33.1%. Okay. We've answered question B. All right, so now we're done with that problem. We're moving on to problem 22, right, which is smoking by students and parents, right, referred to the exercise 20, which we have right here. Calculate 3 conditional distributions of students' smoking behavior, 1 for each of the 3 parental smoking categories. Describe the relationship between the smoking behaviors of students and their parents in a few sentences. All right, so we're going to do our calculations here. Right, we're going to use the same, obviously, same set of data, right, that we have up here. I'm going to kind of redraw the table, and we'll get our conditional distributions. Right, so I'm going to use the same kind of like abbreviations. We have no smoke, smoke, and we'll have neither, 1, or both. And in this first one, we will take the color. We have 1168 divided by the total for that column, which is 1356. And that will give us a percentage of 86.1. Moving into my other area here. Perfect. All right, back to drawing. Think. No, I didn't want to take there. No. All right, and then for this smokers, which I can spell, right, we have 188 divided by 1356, which is the remaining percentage, right, which would be 13.9%. We'll continue with the same strategy. So I'm taking sum for each one in that category, for each smoker or non-smoker, right? And calculating the percentage based on the total for that column. That's my conditional distribution. When we do the same thing for the one parent smoking, we end up with 81.4% and 18.6%. And for both, we get 77.5%. And these are all rounded to a 1 decimal place in the percentage, with the remaining percent of 22.5%. So these are conditional distributions of students' smoking behavior. And we can describe now the relationship, right, which is our association, essentially, is what we're getting at here. So we can say students whose both parents are smokers, they're more likely to smoke. That's an association. Students where neither of their parents smoke are less likely to become smokers. Again, that's just an association based on the data. All right, and that is the end of our example. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please email me and let me know. Other than that, have a great day and thanks for watching. Bye.